Wacky Wednesday on Ozarks Fox AM. Do not adjust your screens. We are wearing very colorful, bright clothes today, guys. I'm Jeremy Rabe.
I'm Maddie Conklin, and yes, I cannot compete with this. Let's just give a round of applause for Jeremy.
No, you look amazing.
Well,
look
thank
at you.
No, but like this is just another level that I am obsessed with.
Well, I did text Maddie last night and said, here's what I'm wearing, just to give you the heads up.
Yes.
And you came up with a beautiful, colorful dress that I think complements it perfectly.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Full disclosure, it's a Wacky Wednesday.
Yes.
Our friend Nitro Ned from Motorhead Sports will be here later. That's why I'm wearing this, because Nitro Ned always brings the crazy suits.
And so when I heard this, I'm like, well, what? Where are you guys shopping? Like, I need these stores just to kind of get an idea of how I need to level up my game.
You know
Nitro
what?
Ned,
This is from the 80s bin at a discount bargain closeout store. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, okay, well, I'm never gonna find this again, this beautiful creation.
I was like, I've had this suit for years, and I just bring it out on special occasions. I have worn this on an 80s day before, because it screams 80s to me.
Of course, and it also screams to me like the skate rink, you know, like
the roller rink.
Roller rink, thank you.
Yes.
Couldn't even think of it. Roller rink days.
The roller rink.
Just want to like roller rink all over you.
I was like, can I also say side note?
Side note?
Side note to Maddie today.
Side note.
I think this is the first time you've had straight hair on the show.
Oh,
and
it is, yes.
Love it.
Thank you.
You look like a Pantene commercial right now. Like,
you.
oh, this.
What's the catchphrase for Pantene?
I don't even know.
Pantene. Because you're worth it. That's not it.
You know, I was thinking, I was like, we could make up one.
We could.
The one that came to my mind was, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Do you remember that slogan? No, she doesn't know that. Does anybody remember that one?
I mean,
there was one that says, don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Hate me because I use Pantene.
Pantene. I don't even know if you use Pantene. I don't know.
No, I didn't. But I showed you a picture, and I'll probably share it on social media. I had rollers upon rollers in my hair, so it was like out to here this morning.
Wait, I have a total guy question for a girl.
Okay.
You put rollers in your hair to get this beautiful straight look?
That's
what is that?
I know. There's no volume happening here.
I just don't. But it's beautiful and it frames your face. I just
you.
didn't think rollers would be necessary.
Oh, yeah.
They are.
It's very necessary, especially after sleeping on it. I have kinks all over, so you got to just like finesse it. And I just have naturally really stick straight hair. Usually, with someone that has better hair than me, it's probably gonna have a little more volume, a little more curl. I haven't perfected it yet.
I would love to fix your hair really like big in 80s. That would be very fun.
Please, I will. The 80s, I wish I was alive.
I
really wish I was alive in the 80s because I would have thrived with the big hair, the shoulder pads, the crazy colors, the patterns, everything, the heavy makeup. Ooh, maybe we do an 80s day.
Maybe we do.
A throwback Thursday.
Well, we should, absolutely. By the way, too, I just want to bring up this birthday. We don't know if it's a birthday or not.
Yeah.
Maddie and I are very confused. Don Hughes, if you're watching, Don Hughes, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. We love you.
It's your birthday.
Here's how we don't know.
It's your birthday.
She messaged us and said, hey, how do we put birthdays on the show? And our producer responded with, hey, Don, who's having a birthday? Let us know. And then, Don, you responded with 3 emojis and no names. So we don't know if it's your birthday or maybe a loved one. We don't know, Don.
But we got a cake emoji, a dove, and a ice cream emoji.
Happy early and or late birthday to you and or a loved one.
Yes, exactly. Jesse, thank you.
Jesse, you just covered the
Covered all the bases.
There you are. We're taken care of.
That was amazing, Jesse. Thank you for that.
Great.
So, Don, happy birthday.
Yes.
If it's your birthday.
We're going to party like it's your birthday.
Yeah, exactly. On a Wacky Wednesday, why not?
Woo!
Yes, we are.
Goodness gracious.
Wacky.
Hi, Jesse. Good morning, my friend.
I'm looking pretty wacky over here.
I was gonna say that
dapper.
tie, though.
Come on now.
That tie is nice, you know. You got the different colors and the lines.
Yeah, lines and gray. Come on.
Gray, come on.
Hey,
Nothing's wackier than gray.
Nothing.
Don't even get me started. Tell you what, I have something that is kind of wacky for you here.
Okay.
The headline's a couple of things, actually. I love old commercials, and so...
Were we just talking about
No, you were not.
Yes, we were.
We were in the office.
This doesn't have anything to do with that, but it just reminded me of this because
Wah,
like,
wah.
I like seeing products or commercials for like old products that just never worked out.
Oh, nice.
There's a museum of failure for some of those products. This is in Brooklyn, New York, actually a traveling exhibit, but that's where it is right now. The operators of this traveling exhibit scoured the world for commercial products that never really stood the test of time. You recognize some of these here. The DeLorean, Google Glass, Coke 2. Didn't know that was a thing. Bic for her pens, the Nokia N-Gage smartphone. I saw the infamous Four Loko on there that wreaked havoc across college campuses all over the country. Crystal Pepsi.
I remember that.
I never had it.
I remember that.
There's just a lot of really interesting stuff on here. There's the Four Locos that.
Wait, what is Four Locos?
Right.
What is that?
Well,
It's-
Jeremy, Four Loco
It gets a little crazy.
is, how nowadays we have seltzers, the seltzer craze
Yeah.
started like 3-4 years ago. Four Locos were like that on steroids.
Literally, because
Yeah.
it was an energy drink with alcohol.
Yeah, and they're those tall boy cans, and they were actually doing some damage to people's
Yes.
insides.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they had like
Yeah.
weren't there like illegal ingredients in it?
I think so.
Then they recalled them, and then they put them back out.
That
You
were
can-
like
I-
toned down.
Toned down,
Yeah.
without the caffeine.
You know what?
Yeah, legally, Jake said
I-
they had to take it out.
I never had that, but I'll tell you, back in the day, they also discontinued this. I loved it. I used to buy it at Target. They had Crocodile Rock caffeine gum.
What is that?
That is
It
like a Mad Lib.
Was the best.
Crocodile Rock. What was it? Gum.
Caffeine gum.
Caffeine gum.
Crocodile Rock.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I used to go to Target and buy it in bulk because I loved it, and then they discontinued. I was crying. I was so
Oh,
sad.
wow.
Did Elton John sue? Is that why?
I don't know.
The Crocodile
or it was
Rock.
too much caffeine in the gum.
That's true. How
caffeine-
we just chewing the gum like?
You know, you've heard of that, like the nicotine gum to try to get you to quit smoking. Like if you didn't want coffee, you chew this gum and you are like go in.
But then I could see people like just continuing to drink or not drink, eat the gum, eat the gum, eat the gum, and then like, yeah, exactly. That was
Yeah.
you. Do you guys remember koala yummies?
No, please.
They were like these
indulge
cute
us.
little, oh God, they were so good. This was elementary school days. So they were like little koala crackers, but they were stuffed with like an icing. They're called koala yummies.
I do, that vaguely rings a bell.
Yeah, but they discontinued them.
That sounds good.
Yeah, they were so good.
Yeah, I'm sure some of those items probably kind of tough to find, and I imagine like you'd have to pay quite a bit for some of these old items that are like.
Well, the
just so
Coke too.
unique.
Coke
Coke
too?
too, I
I
have
don't
no
remember
idea.
that.
Never ever heard of it.
I just remember they used to have New Coke and Old Coke, or Classic Coke. They had the
Oh,
New Coke.
They
came out and it was a big flop. But they was like, oh, we have 2 Cokes now, New Coke and Classic Coke. And I'm like, We just
What's
need
the
one.
difference? Yeah, we just need the one.
Now you've got Coke Zero. So we've got
Right.
Coke 1, Coke 2, and also Coke 0.
And then Diet Coke.
Diet Coke, negative Coke?
Right. Like, what
I
is
don't know.
that?
Coke -1 is coming out next year.
Is it?
Yes,
All right.
guys, you heard it here
Oh,
first.
great. Something else that I think may eventually end up in the Museum of Failure is something in Australia right now. Scientists have actually resurrected, bear with me here.
What?
They have resurrected the flesh of an animal that's been extinct for thousands of years. This is the unveiling of a prehistoric meatball created from the cells of a woolly mammoth. Yep. I just
No.
wanted to see how weird I could get today.
What?
It's created from a woolly mammoth. They grew it in a lab, and they took the DNA sequence from the mammoth, from a mammoth muscle protein, and then they're like, yeah, we'll just fill in the gaps with cells from an elephant, closest thing to a mammoth that's living right now. So, the idea was initially to produce dodo meat, like the bird. Yeah. The
What?
DNA sequence needed to do the dodo thing doesn't exist. But scientists say the meat should be tasty, but we're not going to eat it just in case the ancient protein proves to be deadly to our current immune system.
What?
Okay, I just feel like I fell down the rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland.
That's on me.
Dodos, mammoths, meatballs.
Yeah,
Now,
that's,
what?
That's on me.
What?
I just want to see what,
Yeah.
how weird we could get. Just wacky Wednesday.
So they made the meatball, but it's not edible
Yeah, they're
because
like-
it could kill you. We don't know yet.
Yeah, I would think technically you could eat it, but they're like, we're not advising that. So,
So,
Then
so,
why
so what
even-
was the point?
Yeah,
like,
why
what's
even
the
make
point of
it?
just to be
making
like, see what we can do?
it? Yeah, in the lab.
Go us. So,
'Cause- okay,
Jake knows
Jake
a lot
knows
about
a lot
this.
about this.
Breaking news. So, Jake, if
Okay.
we need to add a segment where you explain this, we might have to because we're
yeah.
all dumbfounded.
Yeah, I thought it was just so weird I had to share it. So,
That's a mammoth meat the ball.
that's,
Could you imagine going ordering that
Yeah.
spaghetti and mammoth meatballs?
Yeah.
Jim Carrey in The Mask. That's actually what he was referring to when he said, that's a spicy meatball.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That Jesse, Justin, I thought you couldn't, blow our minds anymore.
Right. We started with the suit. Now we got mammoth meatballs. I mean, Tom, what are you going to throw our way?
Yeah.
What are you throwing here?
Hey, good stuff.
All right.
Good stuff.
We need some normalcy, Tom, please.
Nothing too wacky on this Wacky Wednesday. Just